Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Absol100 here, coming at you today with another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. And this deck profile is going to be on my Gravekeepers. I've been running this deck for quite some time now for the March 2013 format. So far it's been doing pretty well. I want to know what you guys think about this deck. I'll leave a deck list of the entire deck in the description bar below. I'm also going to show you my side deck, what my choices are for this format, and hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe to Absol100 if you want to see more deck profiles of me, of my decks, or anything else in Yu-Gi-Oh! Particular. And yeah, let's get to the deck profile, and hope you guys enjoy. First off, for any Gravekeeper deck, you want to start off with the main 12 of the deck, which is 3 Commandants, your main searcher for Necrovalley, and 2100 under Necrovalley. A lot of people forget about that particular aspect. 3 Descendants. I know some people like running 2, but the fact I'm running 3 is because Bottomless is a card. If you get one of your Descendants Bottomless, then you only have one more Descendant to search through in your entire deck. That's if you're running 2. If you're running 3, you have at least 2 more Descendants in your deck if one gets Bottomless. Next, of course, 3 Recruiters. The best searcher of the entire deck. Searches out everything except for Spy. It's really, really good. And also, don't forget about the combo that you can do with this and Descendant. It's also really good as well. And then next, the main staple in any Gravekeeper deck, 3 Spy. It's your main special summoner of the deck. Special summons almost anything except Commandant, which is fine under most books. It's really good. If you're running less than 3 of any of these main 12, I don't know what's wrong with you. You probably shouldn't play Gravekeepers if you're running less than 3 of each of those Gravekeepers. This one's an exception though. One Gravekeeper's Assailant I run to get over Xian, to get over problematic cards that I can't get over with my regular Gravekeepers. 2000 under Necrovalley, and it's a really good card overall. And that's it for the Gravekeeper aspect. And then for the extra field protection aspect, I'm running 2 Malefic Stardust Dragons to help protect your Necrovalleys, and as an instant 2500 beater. It's a really good Malefic monster. That's it for the monsters. It's 15 monsters in all. Monster counts, well, Gravekeeper's monster counts are very low anyways, so it works out pretty well in the long run. Next up for the spells, you run the triplicate of Necrovalley. If you run less than 3, I can only assume that you're running a bigger Malefic version of the build, but 3 is necessary in any Gravekeeper build. And then to go with the Necrovalley aspect, you're running 2 Royal Tributes. A lot of people don't like this card. I understand why, because it's an instant win sometimes if you get it off on your first turn. At least against most decks, like if you face against Water or Dino Rabbit or any deck that runs a high amount of monsters, it's pretty much an instant win. But don't get too mad about this card. This card works sometimes, but not all the time. And then next, I run 2 Gravekeeper Stele. Some Gravekeepers players run 1, but I feel 2 is necessary just to get back some of your Gravekeepers, so that you have outs to most decks. And if you're discarding a lot for Commandant, you can just use Stele to get him back and summon him to the field if you haven't used your normal summon already. It's a really good card. I'd recommend at least 2 Steles to help with the consistency portion of your deck. And next, for added consistency, 2 Pot of Dualities, almost a staple, I guess, in every deck that needs consistency. And then since Gravekeepers are dark, running 1 Allure of Darkness. And then the last 2 staples is 1 Book of Moon and 1 Dark Hole. No Heavy Storm, because I don't want to destroy my Necrovalley even if I don't have a Malefic Stardust on the field, and I don't want to destroy all of my back row, just for that matter to get over my opponent's back row. And no Monster Reborn because you're running Necrovalley. Monster Reborn is just a dead card in any Gravekeeper deck. That's it for the spells. 12 spells in total. And then onto the traps, it's just staple traps. Double Bottomless. One single Compulse, really good to get rid of problematic monsters such as Zenmaines and Gachis. Triple D Prison. A lot of decks are attacking these days, and what best to remove them? What better way to get rid of them than banishing them? Especially if you're running into an opposing Stardust Dragon, you can just get rid of that Stardust so that its destruction effect doesn't come into play. And the next two Fiendish Chains, probably the MVP trap of the format right now. Fiendish Chain is just too good this format. If Konami hits this, I'm going to be sad about it, but Fiendish Chain is just a really good card overall. Helps you stop your opponent's monsters from pushing and going for game. Fiendish Chain is just too good this format. And then next, the two Solemns, the Judgment and the One Warning. A single Starlight Road for extra protection against Heavy Storm and Dark Holes. And two Torrentials. That's it for the traps. 13 traps in all, and the entire deck count is 40 cards in all. Next, I'll show you my side deck and some of the choices that I made for this entire format in order to combat it. One, Cyber Dragon, because Karakuri has resurrected throughout this format, as you seen from the past YCSs and a couple of the regionals. Karakuri has surfaced, as well as some other machines, and the Cyber Dragon right here is to help clear the field of those machines so I can continue for game. Next, two Fossil Dainyas to stop all the decks that special summon a lot. Mermail, Dino Rabbit, anything, you name it. It's just really good all around. And then the two Thunder Kings. It's really good against water, against Fire Fist, against Rabbit, against Prophecy. It's really good against almost everything. Sometimes it's dead. It's a dead card, but as long as you know how to run it, it works really well against most of the matchups. And then for spells, I'm running only 3 MSTs because Royal Decree does hurt this deck. A lot of cards hurt this deck, and I just want to get rid of them as fast as possible. And next for the traps, I'm running 2 Deck Devastation Viruses. This card is really good in Gravekeepers. The only darks you're running in this deck is the Malefics and the 3 Descendants, along with the Assailant, which is at least 2,000 and 2,000 plus. You at least use this against Wind-Ups, Karakuris, and Water. Any decks that run low attack monsters, this deck is a bitch against them. It's really good. I'd recommend trying it in your Gravekeeper's side deck if you want to use it or not. But it's a really good card. And then 1 EEV, because a lot of decks are a problem with their traps or with their spells, especially against Prophecy. Use this against Prophecy. Their spells are pretty much useless for 3 turns. Use this against Fire Fist. Their traps are useless for the next couple of turns, or spells, whichever one you want to call. EEV is just a really good card overall. And if you've seen some of the Dark World deck profiles, you'll know why this card is going to be necessary in the upcoming releases of Lord of Tachyon and Hidden Arsenal 7. 1 EV, it's really good. And then next, 2 Macrocosmos to combat Water, Fire Fist, and anything else that relies on the graveyard, as well as Dark World. And then 2 Mind Crush for extra Mermail hate and anything that adds too much. That's it for the side deck, and then for the extra deck, I'm going to go through it just real quick. 1 Chimeratech Fortress Dragon to go with the Cyber Dragon. 3 Stardust Dragons to go with the Malefics and Starlight Road. For the rank 3s, I'm running one Leviair, Leviathan, Giga-Brilliant, Temtempo, and one Zenmaines. For the 4s, I'm running Abyss Dweller, Gagaga Cowboy, one Maestroke, one Shockmaster, Utopia, and Photon Papilloperative. And that's it for that's it, guys, for my Gravekeeper's deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I at least hit some key points that some of you Gravekeeper lovers wanted to know about Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers is a really good deck. It may not get you the most wins, but it definitely helps in the long run when it goes off completely. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Comment below with what you think. Like this video if you like Gravekeepers. I'll have the entire deck list in the description bar below. And look forward to another deck profile from me in the sometime future. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.